Hey there guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Matt Wyatt, and today I'm going to review the new Super Mario Galaxy that just came out, and I was very looking forward to it. It was one of my highly most anticipated film of the year because I really love the first Super Mario Brothers. I thought it was an enjoyable film. I know that the critics were very mixed on it, and it wasn't for everybody, but the movie was very successful. That made like $1.3 billion at the box office because it was a popular brand of the Nintendo IP. And the whole family went to go see it, and they had a great time. I myself had a great time watching the first movie. I thought it was a very underrated film, even though it made a crap ton of money. But now, in this Super Mario Galaxy, they really try to expand upon this universe, and we're dealing with the main antagonist, who is Bowser Jr., who is the son of Bowser, and he's the one who's trying to take on his legacy and trying to rescue his father so that they can rule together. And Mario and Luigi and Princess Peach or had to go off on the quest to go and to try to defeat him, and that's basically what the plot of the movie really is. So I will say that I've heard a lot of the critics saying that it's nowhere near as good as the first one, and it was a little major step down from the first movie. And after coming out of the theater, I will say that I can understand why. I will say that it's not a great film. It's not a movie that is going to be a Citizen Kane. It's not going to be a movie that's going to be nominated for Best Animated Feature Film at the Oscars. It's not. It's a completely highly entertaining movie. Sure, the story is not very deep. It's not going to be something that's going to change your life. The things I really loved about the film was I love the banter with Mario and Luigi. And I love Luigi more in the second film than I did in the first one. And don't get me wrong, I enjoy watching Luigi in the first movie, but the only problem was that they sidelined him and made him the damsel in distress. Sure, he had a lot great moment in the third act finale with the banter with Mario and Luigi. Don't get me wrong, I thought he did great in the third act finale, but the majority of the film, he wasn't really that much the focus alongside with Mario and Princess Peach. But in this one, he gets a lot more to do, and I love that we continue to banter between the two of them. Then we get an introduction of the character Rosalina, who is another one of the major characters in the Mario universe that is voiced by Brie Larson. It looked like she was going to be the scene stealer, and she was going to be one of the GOAT characters in this movie. But the problem was, she was sidelined as well. I feel like they flipped the script. Now, instead of Luigi being the damsel in distress, it was Rosalina who was being taken by Bowser Jr., and they don't really get a lot of character development for her whatsoever. It kind of felt like it was a biggest easy paycheck for Brie Larson. Not to disrespect Brie Larson. I love Brie Larson. I'm a big fan of her as an actress, even though that I'm not the biggest fan of the Captain Marvel character, but her acting side of her other movies, she's fantastic. But I feel like that the writers didn't really know what to do with Rosalina. The only thing that they did differently is that they gave her a little bit more of the backstory where she came from. And they also give us a little bit more character depth with Princess Peach, that is voiced by Anya Taylor-Joy. And they give us a little bit more who she is and where she came from as well. They give us a little bit of an exposition. I still love the Bowser character voiced by Jack Black. I kind of wish they give us a little bit more original music piece of the song, kind of like the next Peaches, Peaches, Peaches. If you saw the first movie, you'll know what I'm talking about. It was iconic, and it just was kind of very forgettable. And when you see throughout the whole movie, you see him trying to have a redemption arc. And when he does have a redemption arc, they pull a 180 by the midpoint of the movie. And I kind of was a little disappointed of how they handled this character. I wish they could have give us a little better to do instead of being a little bit too predictable. But you know what? It's a Super Mario world. It's something that you got to turn your brain off and suspend your disbelief. And I thought that the Bowser Jr. was kind of a boring one-note villain. He was just a character who was a son who was trying to follow his father's legacy. He's basically a poser, and I kind of wish wish he was a little bit more menacing and someone that we can actually be terrified of. And I feel like they should have given us a little bit more layers. Sure, they give us a little character depth between Bowser and his father, Bowser Jr. and his father, Bowser himself. I understand that we get a little bit more. I still wish they would have handled the execution. Then you got Fox McCloud, voiced by Glen Powell, which I'm not familiar with this character in the Mario universe, but the downside is he felt very one note. I wish they would have brought back Donkey Kong. And I will say that the Yoshi, I really love Yoshi in the movie, but you didn't need to have Donald Glover to be the voice of Yoshi in the movie. He didn't really have that much dialogue anyway, and that it kind of felt like it was an easy paycheck for him. But to be fair, let me play the devil's advocate here that in the Guardians of the Galaxy movies in the MCU, the character Groot that was voiced by Vin Diesel, that was kind of an easy paycheck for him as well. So I'll give that a pass. I'll simply give that a pass because it's Yoshi. He didn't have that much dialogue anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But it's as much as I love seeing a lot of the nostalgia of the Nintendo Super Mario Brothers, bringing back the old school style of it for some of the sequences. It was cool to see a lot of throwbacks and cameos, but it felt very nostalgia bait. I wish they would have given us a little bit more deep into the story. I understand that it's ridiculous and fun, that it's aimed for children. I get that, but I kind of wish they would have given us a little bit more, and hopefully it would have been a better movie than the first one. And I am someone who is a fan of the first one. I really am. Don't get me wrong. But overall, it was still a fun entertainment. And yes, the kids are going to go out and see it, and it's going to make $1 billion at the box office. But it may not. I could be wrong because the critic reception might hurt a little bit, and not very many people are going to the movies these days. But it still could have a chance to make $1 billion because kids are going to beg their parents to go see the Super Mario Galaxy, and they'll be compelled to take their children. And the kids are not going to care if the quality is good or bad. They just want to have fun. They see colors, they see a crazy animation, they see some physical comedy that makes them laugh, that children can laugh so easily. And these are the same people that made the first one. And a couple of directors that directed Teen Titans Go to the movies, and there's a couple of directors that did the Despicable Me franchise and even the Minions. And I will say that it's still an entertaining movie to watch. I still think that this movie is a little bit of a step down from the first movie. I kind of wish they would have given us a little bit more and give us a little bit deep and make me care about the characters even more than we already have. But I still had fun. I was still entertained. It's not going to be a movie that's going to win any Oscars. It's not going to change your life. It's still a movie that you can still go out and be entertained and just enjoy the ride. And I'm going to give this movie a 7 out of 10. That's my official rating for this movie. But anyway, what did you think about the Super Mario Galaxy? Did you have fun with it? Are you going to take your kids to go see it in theaters? I still think you should, even though it's not a great movie, but it's still a fun ride. But let me know what you thought about it in the comment section below. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell notifications so you know when my videos are up. If you like this review, make sure you give it a thumbs up, hit the like button. So for those of you who are new to the channel, I have a second channel called Small Zero where I co-host alongside with Ryan Cam and 3D Jake. We cover everything that's going around in the world of movie news, TV shows, trailers, and so on and so forth. We had a major guest on our show recently, and it was a lot of fun. Definitely check that out. I'll put the link in the description down below, and make sure you hit that subscribe button as well and go and support our channel. I would really appreciate it. If you want to follow my social media platforms like TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram, click the link tree in the description down below as well. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys have a great day, great evening, wherever you're from, and stay tuned for more of my content.